Hello everyone, Maki here. Have you heard of Hiram? He plays a fairly important role in story of Hathaway. He isn't so crucial that he changes the ending of the story, but he influences Hathaway's heart. His name is Hiram. He is one of the ministers of the Earth Federation government. He was killed by hijackers who call themselves Maki. Japanese fans were left with a strong impression of how shockingly lacking in a sense of crisis his words and actions were. Because of that, his lines are often used as memes. Now, let's analyze him in detail. Doing so will allow you to enjoy Hathaway's story more deeply. The Earth Federation government is seeking support in the form of memberships from all of you. Please join the 99 cents per month membership to support activities that protect the Earth's environment. You will receive a name badge and comment stamps. Now, let's begin the analysis. As I mentioned earlier, Hiram is a minister in the Earth Federation government. He is the Minister of Health and Hygiene. This important role is responsible for people's health and disease prevention measures. This vital job protects the lives of people living on Earth and in space colonies. So, what kind of lives were people living during Hathaway's time? We can understand this by looking at the news that appears in the film. Let's take a look at this news text. New Environment Minister declares Earth is basically restored on eve of Adelaide Conference. It seems that the Minister of the Earth Federation government believes Circe's natural environment has recovered. However, those of us who know the future of the universal century world immediately understand that this is a lie. In the universal century, the world becomes devastated and impoverished eventually. An era arrives where humans are forced to eat other humans. Now, let's check out the text below. No problem, says Minister McGovern, dismissing the Maki threat as he heads for Earth. Here, it is written that the Minister of the Earth Federation government is making light of Maki. Together with the fact that a shuttle was hijacked by terrorists immediately afterward, this becomes an extremely ironic statement. The hijackers were poorly equipped terrorists unrelated to Maki. To make matters worse, Hathaway, who is Maki, is on board the shuttle. Now, let's check the next text as well. Civilian movement between sides partially restricted as Federation Cabinet meeting begins. This news report announces that restrictions on civilian movement have begun. Side refers to groups of space colonies in the universal century world. It has a similar meaning to countries in the real world. It seems that movement between nations is restricted. As a major meeting of the Earth Federation government is taking place, civilian movement is restricted. If you consider it to be for the safety of high-ranking government officials, it might not seem so unusual. However, as I mentioned before, the Adelaide Conference is an extremely malicious meeting. Simply put, it is a conference held to pass a bill that monopolizes Earth for the Federation government and excludes everyone else. When you consider the fact along with this text, it gives off an unpleasant vibe. Let's check out the next text. Repair disparities between aging colonies becoming apparent. Incident at Site 6. This news is unique to this era, about 100 years after the start of the universal century. It's about the deterioration of aging space colonies. It seems that some kind of incident occurred at Site 6. Issues such as air and water quality in space colonies may fall under Hiram's area of responsibility. These issues directly affect the daily lives of civilians. Is Hiram visiting us to find solutions to these serious problems? However, he is heading to the Hathaway conference. Instead of improving the lives of people in space colonies, he is securing a way for himself and others to live on Earth. This is precisely the problem with the Earth's Federation government, and it is the basis for Maki's claim that it must be reflected upon. Maki's goal is to take down people who abandon the poor and trivialize the destruction of the Earth's natural environment. It's a small detail, but do you remember the conversation between Hathaway and the shuttle attendant? The attendant tells Hathaway, "You're the only one who finished your entire meal." It seems the other ministers did not finish the meals and threw their meat and food away. This is another moment that leaves a strong impression on those of us who know the future of the universal century. In the future, people will suffer from food shortages and fall into such desperate circumstances that they will resort to eating humans to survive. Yet, the ministers feel absolutely no sense of crisis about that. Though brief and subtle, this conversation clearly expresses the difference in ideology between Hathaway and the ministers. Why did Hathaway board the shuttle himself instead of attacking it directly? He boarded the shuttle to see the ministers his assassination targets with his own eyes. What actions is he about to take, and who are the people he plans to assassinate? Hathaway is acting to understand these facts. The fate that awaited Hiram is exactly what you all witnessed. The terrorists kill Hiram. For Hathaway, it would be accurate to say that this was a moment when one of his objectives was achieved. Yet, he voluntarily wraps Hiram's body in a blanket and lays it to rest. Standing before Hiram's body, Hathaway shows a slightly pained expression. Is he disgusted by the brutal condition of the corpse? Or is he confronting the reality of taking a life and coming to terms with his intended act? This is a scene whose interpretation is left up to each viewer. Immediately after Hiram's wife regains consciousness, she cries out, "Kill me too!" She is shot and killed by the terrorist's wife after that. For Hathaway, Hiram was a villain who had to be assassinated. However, he comes to realize that to Hiram's wife, he was a beloved person, just as precious as her own life. Hathaway sees with his own eyes that even people he believes to be villains can possess goodness. After considering this kind of analysis, when you listen to Hathaway's whispered line, "Tell me how to destroy this incomprehensible system," you may discover a new impression. Although Hiram's appearance was brief, he had a significant impact on Hathaway's psyche. Focusing your attention on him while watching the story again may be a worthwhile experience. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope to see you again in the next episode.